Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you stopped by to visit with me today. I am actually sitting down to film my February goals recap video and my March intentions video. So last month I started a kind of a goal setting series, hopefully a series if you guys like it, where I share my goals for the month, and then the next month I'll recap what I did and didn't attain, and then my goals for that month. So it's March 1st today as I'm filming this. It's actually really nice outside, and I have the window open right behind you guys. So if you hear the occasional car going by or birds chirping, that is why, because the window is open. So it's a super appropriate time to film this video because it is almost spring. Spring is my favorite, well, spring and summer are my favorite seasons, but I love the beginning of spring when all the new growth and the fresh air, and it's just such a nice change after coming out of winter. So I'm really excited for what I have planned for March and going forward in this year, but I do want to recap February's goals. So I'm going to try to go as briefly as I can, but you guys know I talk too much. So one of my February goals was to start working out on Sunday mornings again, meaning I used to do that. I used to get up pretty much every Sunday way before anybody else and do an extra workout for that week. But then I had fallen out of that habit, and I wanted to get back in that habit because I have been having issues with working out consistently. Now, I still work out every week, but I was finding that over the last few months in particular, I have been finding more excuses during the week of like, maybe skipping a workout or maybe doing a shorter workout just to kind of get it done and say I did it, that kind of a thing. And so I thought that going back to doing at least a couple Sunday morning workouts a month would really help to make up for some of the time that I had not really put my full effort into it, or some of the times that I've just let life get in the way too much and made too many excuses. Well, I don't have time to work out. And that's the good thing about getting up and doing it in the morning, because I am a busy mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, a homeschooling mom, a work-at-home mom. So there's always going to be things during the day that I could be doing instead of working out. And I was letting that take over way too much. So I did accomplish that goal. I set the goal of doing 2 Sunday morning workouts in the month of February, which I think is pretty good considering we had a really busy month last month. My oldest daughter's birthday was thrown in there. It's a short month anyway. So I set the goal of doing 2 Sunday morning workouts, and I did those, both of those. And it also kind of propelled me forward into reminding me that if I don't have time during the day to work out, or I'm gonna have a super busy day, I can get up early and work out. Like, I guess I had forgotten about that, which sounds stupid, because obviously you can, but it had become something that I wasn't even considering as an option. So because of doing those 2 Sunday workouts, it actually propelled me into doing a couple other morning workouts on days when I had a lot going on, or I knew I wasn't gonna have time to commit to a workout. I actually got up on a couple different weekdays as well and did an extra workout in the morning instead of trying to like fit it in later in the day. So that was really exciting. So I definitely hope to carry that on into March. I don't know if I'm gonna do every Sunday, but I definitely wanna at least do it a couple times a month. And then also, like in particular tomorrow, we're gonna have a really busy day, and it will be a day that normally I would not get a chance to work out. So I'm gonna get up in the morning and do a workout before the day gets started so that I can actually get one done instead of just saying, well, I'm too busy and I can't do it. So that's been a really fun thing, a really good thing that I am proud of myself for doing, and then going even that extra step further and doing it on a couple different weekdays as well. So that was good. I also said I was going to film my oldest daughter's room redo, like we redecorated her room. Film that to her. I did film it. It's edited. It will not be up, I don't think, by the time you see this. I think it's coming up later this month. So stay tuned for that, but I did do that. One of the goals was every month we try to do a date night with the girls. So like I'll take my oldest and my husband will take my youngest and vice versa. Well, last month that worked out okay because my husband and my youngest had like a father-daughter dance kind of a thing. So they had their date, but I still have yet to have my date with my oldest, and then he has to have a date with my oldest. So again, because February is a shorter month and also her birthday was thrown in there, that took out a couple of the options of like my husband having time to be alone with one girl or the other. So hopefully in March we'll be able to kind of catch everybody up. I don't know, but I'm working on that. So that didn't quite get accomplished, at least not 100%, but it is a challenge every single month. Like you have to, and we call it intentional family time, and I've talked about that in a video last year about how we were trying to be a lot more intentional with family time, because if we don't, it doesn't happen. Maybe it'll happen like we're together running errands or we're together doing this, but like as far as doing something fun, doing something devoted to maybe one girl or the other, that kind of stuff we have to fight really hard to get done because my husband works a lot. His days off are limited. And so it's really hard to, you know, we have things we need to do when he's off, that it's really hard to pull that time away and say, okay, well, now we're going to do, you know, have a date with the girls versus other things we need to do. So it's a really hard balance. It's something that we have to fight really hard to make happen, but we have been pretty good about making it happen since last year. I did say we wanted to go ice skating. Well, I don't want to go. My youngest wants to go. We did not do that yet. I'm hoping maybe in this month we'll get to do it. I know the skating rink here closes in the summer, so we only have a few more months left to get that done. So that's still kind of on the docket, but we did not get it done in February. Also, I said I was going to be working on water research, like finding the best water purification filtration system for our home. That is an ongoing process. I did a lot of research. I think I narrowed down a couple different things, but I still haven't found exactly what I want. And of course, it's expensive, and we're working on a couple other home projects right now that are pretty pricey. So it's definitely an ongoing thing that I think I even said in the February video that I don't think I would have like a complete, it won't be completely done in February, and it's not. I do have some things narrowed down. I have some more thinking and researching I need to do, but at least I've started the ball rolling in that regard. I also said we needed to plan our vacation, and I did do that. It is planned, it is booked, and barring any unforeseen circumstances, everything should go as planned. My husband got, you know, he requested off work and it got approved. We were able to get the hotel we wanted and, you know, all that stuff. So as far as I know, the vacation is set for May, and hopefully everything will go as planned. I did say I wanted to try to finish redoing our living room. We have been trying to redecorate our living room for over a year now. It really hinged upon waiting for the sectional, and because of all the shipping delays, there was a whole big thing with the sectional. It came in wrong last summer, so they had to reorder it. We just got the replacement one a few weeks ago, and so now we can finally be like, okay, let's move forward. So we did have the house measured for carpet. That was the next step. We were waiting to get carpet to make sure we were actually going to keep that couch. So now that it looks like we're keeping the couch, we did have them come out and measure for carpet. Unfortunately, it was a lot of money, and so we're gonna have to go back probably tomorrow and look and see, like, do we want to reduce the quality of carpet that we picked? Because we picked the most expensive carpet they had, of course. Or do we want to not have all the rooms done? Because really all of the rooms in the house don't need to be done. I mean, they could stand to be done, but they don't need to be done as badly as like the living room, the stairs, and the hallway do. But I kind of like all the carpet in the house to match. So I'm kind of in like a dilemma of, do I get less quality carpet? I mean, I'm not gonna get junk, but like, do I lower my carpet quality standards a little bit and maybe be able to get all of the carpet done and all of it match? Or do I maybe stick with the higher quality carpet, but only get the living room and the stairs and the hallway done, and then all the bedrooms would be a different color? So I don't know. I mean, I grew up, all the bedrooms were different colors. That's just the way it was, and nobody cared, and I never thought a thing about it. But now that I'm used to all the carpet being the same color, I'm kind of like, I like it better when it's all the same color. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that, the carpet dilemma. And then also, we were waiting to get the sectional figured out and everything to decide like what big piece of art we're gonna put behind the couch, because we have this huge wall that goes all the way behind the couch, and it's the same wall that goes all the way up the stairs. So like visually, there's no stopping point on this wall. And I have been on the fence of what I wanted to put there for so long, because anything I hang there, and if you take it down and patch the holes, because that wall gets like complete light a lot of the day, it shows any patchwork that you do, any touch up with paint or anything. So I'm like trying to be really careful and make sure that what I pick is something I'm going to like long term. I did order something. It's actually on its way, so it should be here in the next week or so, and then I can start like decorating it. So again, kind of the same with the water research situation. It's not completed yet, but it's definitely got the ball rolling, and I've got a lot of things like more figured out than I did when I started February. So that's exciting. I think I also said I needed to have a date night with my husband. We went to see the new Spider-Man, which it was just okay, but we did have our date night in February, so hopefully we'll get to have one in March as well. And then I also said that I wanted to be better about reading my devotional at night. I'd been really bad about that, and had really wanted to make sure that I was doing that at night. And I did do that about half of the nights in February. I didn't do it every single night. One thing that really helped me was to leave the devotional sitting out on my nightstand, so that way when I go to bed every night, I see it and I'm reminded, because when I put it away where I really want it to be, because I don't like stuff sitting out, I forgot about it. So leaving it out on the nightstand really did help. And like I said though, I didn't do it every single night. I did probably end up reading it 28 times in February, because a lot of nights I read more than one. I would read like 2 or 3 or 4. But still, as far as reading it every single night consistently, I did not do that. I did it about 18, maybe 20 times. But it's progress. It's definitely better than not reading it at all, which is where I was when I started last month. So overall, I think the month was really productive. I think a lot of decisions were made, and a lot of things were like a lot of different plans and projects that we have are kind of where they were set in motion, even though they weren't completed, and that's okay. And in other things, the priority had to shift. Like, you know, sometimes you set goals to do certain things in a certain day or a certain week or a certain month, but then sometimes, a lot of times, other things come up. Maybe something with higher priority, or something that really is vying for your budget more than what you thought you were going to spend your budget on. Maybe you realize you really need to spend that money somewhere else. And goals are always kind of in flux like that, and that's okay. But overall, I feel like I at least accomplished a lot of the goals, accomplished maybe half of the goals, and then, like I said earlier, really started the ball rolling on a lot of the other goals that had been stagnant for a while, but we actually made some movement, made some progress on. And that's really what goals are all about, is making progress, making small steps toward the end result. And that's what, you know, we have to do every single day anyway, and it's how it works out with monthly goals as well. So that is my February recap. Kind of winded, long-winded, and I'm sorry, I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know how to say things any more succinctly. Okay, so going into March, I need to go through my youngest daughter's clothes and figure out what she needs for spring and summer, and how to kind of reorganize her drawers and stuff. And then, you guys, I have the biggest bag of outgrown clothes in the spare room. It's huge. I hate when I have those big bags to deal with, because I hate getting rid of stuff. I'm very sentimental. And even if I'm gonna just keep it and pack it away, it still takes a lot of time. But I have a huge bag in there that I really need to go through. So that's why I need to finish her clothes first. Like, what is she outgrown, or what has she outgrown? That will go in that bag. Like, so we gotta do her stuff first. And then once all that stuff is out of her room, it will be in the extra room in that bag. And then it'll be time to go through that bag and sort things that I'm giving away, sort things that I'm keeping. Maybe cut pieces of fabric out of other things, because I do that as well. For maybe a blanket down the road, I'll cut like pieces of different fabric. So those two jobs are kind of intertwined. That will take me a while. I also need to do our taxes for March. Our taxes are very complex, because I am considered self-employed. So any money I make through affiliate links or sponsored videos or whatever, I mean, that's all coming in from this direction and that direction. So I have a lot of deductions that I have to go through, and I keep pretty good records throughout the year. But it does take some time to like pull all that in. I make a spreadsheet for our tax preparer, and I like make it as organized for her as I can, but that takes a little bit of time. So I definitely need to do that in March. Like, get my end of it done and organized, get them submitted to her, and then of course pay what we're gonna have to pay, because we always do. And then pack away whatever 2021 paperwork that I want to keep. So I keep a lot of the medical records. Obviously, I'll keep the tax return. I keep all my tax expense items and receipts and mileage and stuff like that. So I have to do that this month. That has to be done. I also want to continue on with the water research. Again, it's kind of an ongoing thing, but I do want to continue with that. I also need to make sure that my oldest daughter's senior photo clothes are purchased, because she's having her senior photos taken in April, and we don't have anything purchased yet for what she's gonna wear. And she's gonna be able to wear a couple different outfits. So I've gotta do that. I also want to work on decorating the living room. Like I said, that art piece that I ordered, it's technically a shelf, but it's gonna have art on it. That should be in here the next week or so, and I really wanna work on getting that kind of organized, or decorated, I guess I should say. And it's gonna take me a long time, because I never really like anything I do in the decorating realm. Like, I'll see other people do things and I think it looks really good, but if I were to do the same exact thing, I would hate it. So it's probably gonna take me a lot of trial and error, a lot of trips to Hobby Lobby and back to get like the right configuration. But I do wanna get that done hopefully in March, and also make a decision about the carpet. So either bite the bullet and get all of it done and pay that really high price, or decide what we're gonna do about that. And then also I need to at least try to finalize the venue for my oldest daughter's graduation party. I say venue, it's not like it's a wedding or anything, but you know, where we're gonna have it, because I don't wanna have it here for various reasons. Mostly because my house is just not set up for entertaining. We have an eat-in kitchen and that's really all, and it's not like that much room for people, and I honestly just don't want a bunch of teenagers eating cake and stuff on my brand new carpet and couch. So I'm trying to figure out like where we're gonna have her party. I don't have to plan the nitty-gritty specifics yet, but I at least need to nail down kind of her idea of who she thinks she wants to invite and where we are gonna have it. And then once I figure that out, it'll dictate a lot about the decorations that I can or can't use, you know, because some places won't let you bring in different decorations and, you know, just stuff like that. So at least pick one or two, like narrow down one or two places that we're gonna have it. And then once she gets her senior photos taken in April, then I can use one of those photos to make the invitation. So I'm kind of doing everything in steps. We're actually not gonna be having her party until the end of May, even though she graduates high school at the beginning of May. Because we're gonna be going on vacation, and so I'm not about trying to like go on vacation and come back the next week and have a party. So if I have it at the end of May, that'll give us a couple weeks to kind of get back home and revamp and plan the party. But that's another reason why I want to make sure I have as much, if not all of it, planned before we go on vacation, which gives me March and April, so that when we get back from vacation, everything's already lined up. I just kind of have to hit go and everything will kind of unfold. Yeah, so those are my goals for March, and then that's my recap for February. And I love setting goals, and I think honestly, making that video for you guys last month, especially with the devotions every night and the Sunday morning workouts, I thought of you guys so many times when that alarm would go off on Sunday morning, and I was like, I don't want to get up. Nobody's making me get up. I don't have to get up. I'm a grown-up. I can do what I want to do. But I thought of you guys, and I thought of making this video, and I did not want to let myself down, and I didn't want to let you guys down. So thank you so much for motivating me. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video and you enjoyed last month's video, because I definitely think there is a lot to be said for the accountability you get from telling other people your goals. And so hopefully you guys will like to see more of these videos in the future, so that I can keep making them, so that you guys can keep holding me accountable. So if you want to see more goals videos in the future, make sure you give this one a thumbs up and let me know in the comments that yes, you want to see that. And also leave me in the comments maybe some things that you accomplished in February. It doesn't have to be big, it can be really small or somewhere in between, but just something you accomplished in February, and maybe something that you want to get done in this month. Like, what is on your list of things to do? Keeping in mind that we have to give ourselves grace, that we can't always do everything we want to do or plan to do or hope to do. But let me know what you guys, like, what's on your docket for March? What do you want to get done this month? So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.